Hey guys, today I'm going to be building a table for a woodworking CNC machine. So here I am cutting out the angle iron for the top frame. I'm using angle iron because the top of the table is going to be a piece of 3/4 inch OSB. So I'm drilling holes in the angle iron. I'm going to weld nuts to the bottom side of it so that I can use machine screws to hold the plywood down to the top. So as I'm doing this, I'm being really careful to check for square to try and make sure it's perfectly square so that when the CNC machine mounts on top, it's easier to get that all squared up. So I'm going to measure multiple times, and as I tack it, I'm going to measure more to make sure that I get it all just right. I'm going to be using this 1-inch square tubing for the legs. I'm going to have 2 different lengths of legs because I'm going to be putting casters on one side and adjustable feet on the other side to make the table easier to move, and adjustable feet so that you can still get it to sit level on your floor. So something I forgot to record here was making the adjustable feet. So all that I did was welded a nut to the back side of a piece of plate that I then welded on to cap the bottom of those legs and put a bolt in, so the bolt goes in and out to adjust the length of the legs to sit level. I'm adding these cross members in for strength to hold the legs together, but also I'm using the same angle iron as the top so that the shelf could be added to keep materials and whatnot on. So here I'm using the strap to hold the legs together because they are leaning slightly apart from each other. So I cut my cross member to the right length and then using the strap to pull them together when I weld it so that they'll all stay square. So I ended up cutting several different braces that I wasn't necessarily planning on originally because the material that I used was so thin that it still had quite a bit of flex and play to it. So I just added bracing to several different corners to help shore it up to make sure that it would stay square and that it wouldn't twist when you try to pick it up to move it. Now I'm welding the nuts to the bottom side of the frame. I put the machine screws through to hold the nuts tight where they need to be, and then I just tack on two sides of them to hold them in so that when you go to put the plywood on top, you don't have to put a wrench on the bottom. You can just use your drill to put the screws in and out. Here I'm welding together what's going to end up being the mounting point for the control panel for the CNC table. My phone died, so I ended up missing recording the next part, but I use this bracket as one side to attach the handle to, and then I use some of the tube for the other side to make a bracket, and then I end up welding a piece of 3/4 inch rod between them as the handle that you'll see at the end when I show the overview of the whole thing, but I just missed recording me doing that part.
Alright, well, that's done. Casters, adjustable legs, handle to move it. This will be where you mount the control module for it. And that's that.